Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox Chair, on the show this evening as most of the panellists. Evening, Southside.
Evening, Ox.
Evening, Linda.
Evening, Ox. Evening, everyone.
Evening, AK.
Evening, Ox, yeah. Evening, everyone.
Evening, the one and only Albert. Come on, Albert. Come on. Get yourself up.
Always one.
Always one.
Yeah.
Evening, Albert.
Evening, troops. How you all doing?
And the bridge. Evening, the bridge.
Well, good evening to all of you. And of course, Foxy in the background there with the techie team. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Right, and you get yourself a mute. We're going to have a tune, then we're going to play the Queen, the King, and then that'll do us, all right?
Thanks for coming.
Right, okay. Deeply disappointed. A match we should have, could have, what might have been, but a few talking points in the game, but we don't help ourselves. I was talking to my big mucker yesterday. We had a long debate about it yesterday, but we didn't start the game brightly, Southside. They missed their possession. Then slowly we got a foot hold in the game. And we had opportunities to make chances, but never really capitalised. Yeah, they never really troubled us much in the first half.
No, we didn't really trouble them much. We had one or two chances. But apart from that, we just sort of... We were dogged and we worked hard. Just didn't have a finishing touch at the end up the park, mate. That was that, really.
Would that be fair, Linda? We get into... There was times we'd opportunities to make chances and just lacked that killer pass.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ox. Just that kind of bit of quality and a killer pass, or maybe the decision making just wasn't right. And I think we can see that about all the Old Firm games, haven't we? We've either missed chances or we've just not created. But no, I didn't think there was much in that opening spell at all. And we were trying to make things happen, but it just wasn't coming off, Ox.
Aye. Listen, we definitely had more energy in our team, AK, yeah, with young Raskin, and I thought Diomande showed glimpses in the first half that it could be a player, and I think him and Raskin, I thought Raskin was the best player in the part in the second half, we'll come to that, but he showed glimpses of some of the moves he's got, and he looked an elegant player at times, but we just didn't create that killer pass.
No, you're right. Carrying on for what everybody said there, I pretty much share the same thoughts and feelings. I think it was important not to lose, that early goal that we had been self-inflicting the last couple of games. But you're right, the midfield was dogged, the defence looked solid. Just that lack of quality up top there to make a breakthrough in the first half.
And Albert, sometimes you just need a bit of luck, and we've not carried a lot yet. But we didn't create, did we?
No, we've not got enough quality players. That's the problem. It's been the problem all season. But the quality players, if we've got them, are usually injured, mate. So it's just part and parcel. Just go on, mate. But I thought they made a reasonable fist there, and Saturday. But they never ran out of taps with them. They were expecting to run over the taps, but it didn't happen, mate.
No.
I think at parts of the game we showed them up for being just the average team that they are. They're nothing special, mate. So
I don't disagree with that, mate. Bridgeman, the first half basically petered out, didn't it? There wasn't much in it. If I'm being honest, they might with possession slightly shaded it, but there wasn't a lot in it. I don't think any of the two goalies were overly worked, were they?
I don't think so. I think you're right. I do agree with you. I think that Rangers, I think they were surprised by Rangers' defence, or the way Rangers' defence played, put it that way. We were no softies there. And then after 20 minutes, you could see the creaks with Tavernier and things like that. And the young boy Ridvan, it's like as if there was a wee burst of energy, and then that energy stopped. But overall, about 50-50 in the first half. But I think Rangers were far, far, far better than them in the second half. Really do. And the amount of abuse our players took during that game, nothing short of disgraceful. However, just got to take on yet. Unfortunate blunder at the end. Looks like a blunder.
All right, let's watch through the game, Bridgeman. I know it's your first show this season. Yeah, right. So the second half started Southside, and if we're being honest, it was one-way traffic. Yeah, we were recycling the ball, and I thought Raskin had an excellent second half. Him, Diamandi, the two centre halves, I thought were the pick of our players at the weekend. Yeah.
Aye, well, but with a third and fourth choice centre backs out, didn't we, really? And I thought the two of them done well. I thought Balogun handled Kyogo well. I thought Tav even done relatively well against Maeda for most of the game. He'll get in now and again, the guy's fast, but I thought on the whole he done all right. It was more just his passing at times. But up Diamandi, Raskin, aye, they worked hard. They tried to go in and work, go on the play and make things happen. Raskin was pretty dogged at times. He worked hard, and I thought Diamandi at times showed a good bit of skill level, and that tired a wee bit maybe towards the end. But I thought the two of them, for the amount of game time that they've had, and Diamandi's, it's only his third time in it, he's played against them, young boy, and Raskin's been out for most of it since Clement came in. I thought the two of them showed a good bit of energy in the middle of the park for us, and let's be honest, they didn't run out of the tappies or anything like that. We had a lot of possession in the second half. It was just the killer touch at the end. That's what you needed.
Aye. So, Linda, we then start getting into the big talking points of the game, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we get the corner, one of our six corners to one in the second half. I think that shows up the dominance we had in the game, and we had them under pressure, and we had decent ideas for corners, keep it simple, and swinging corners, Linda. Yeah. And they were under pressure, so a big moment in the game. Big Seamer touched it in. I think it might have been getting in anyway. There's a bit of a stramash in the middle. People are pushing, shoving, and lo and behold, the goal's chopped off. Yeah. Like you said, there was a push on the goalkeeper, which we've seen in the stills. But there's about 4 fouls going on in there at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when it goes to VAR, your heart sinks a wee bit, particularly when it seems to be us, in these games, and some real big calls being made, Ox, and I know there's times.
Do you mean like the Morelos goal getting chopped off, the Ruth goal getting chopped off, the penalty incident at Parkhead? Yeah. Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
quite a few. You don't want to be paranoid about things, but you can't really help it, because we don't deal with paranoia, we just deal with facts. And that's the facts, and what you've just named a number of those incidents.
The Dessers goal in the Ibrox match.
Yeah. The thing about it, Ox, is these are not all clear-cut decisions. If it's things like offside goals, perhaps against us, clear-cut ones, all these decisions, there's a grey area there. And one of these days we'll maybe get a decision that will go in our favour. But as soon as that went to VAR...
Don't hold your breath.
I know, Ox, but as soon as that went to VAR and who was involved, etc., you knew that they would find something. But there's loads of fouls going on in there, and it was a blow, Ox. It really was.
Yes. AK, I know you've been known to cheat the odd measure, but what's your thoughts?
Well, for me, as you say, that the instant, loads of incidents leading up to the final touch and the ball going into the net, but they're just looking for an excuse there, really, to chop the goal off. We've spoke about it all week, how important the first goal was, and it has been vital. Us getting that first goal, we'd have been on the up, take the wind out of their sails. We've got a crowd behind us, and as you say there, with the stats and all that, we were the dominant team. We were the one looking for that first goal. We should have got it, we didn't, and it deflated us, and it works in kind of tandem, because it gives them an uplift for it. But it's, as you say though, the instance that we spoke about, you've also got the Aberdeen semi-final. Always one of them seemed to throw themselves to the deck. I mean, Alistair Johnson, when Aberdeen should have got a penalty there, and they actually gave it back for it. So ever since that, when Brenda kicks up about the red card at Tynecastle, I don't think they've had a VAR decision go against them for that instant.
I bet they're not complaining about VAR or wanting ready to know.
Aye, or beaten. Mind, he singled them out and basically called him a cheat, and they've not had a decision go against them since.
So it was a big moment, Albert. Look, VAR's changed the game. You know my thoughts when we've talked about it often enough. As a forward and a defender, you've got to play the game differently now, yeah?
You definitely are, mate. Let's call this VAR the right way. It's the video against Rangers system. So let's call it right. That's what it's called. And by the way, see if the goal was no disallowed because with the alleged push for Raskin into Hart. It would have been disallowed for Raskin jumping into Taylor's arm. So they'd get disallowed for that one. It's that foul that Raskin committed. So at the end of the day, we all know what's going on, mate. So there's no use greeting about it. We know what's going on. The club knows what's going on. Scottish football knows what's going on. Even the so-called Celtic supporters who in the media are saying something's not right here, man. It's just not right. It's bad, mate. It's bad. But what can we do? At this rate, we'll never win a trophy ever again at this rate, mate, because it's getting to that stage, isn't it? Because we lost that game. You can't say we lost the game in Saturday, but you can't say we lost it fair and square. That'd be foolish to say that. They'll be sitting laughing and getting the usual. We're paranoid. We're the ones that keep telling everybody there's a conspiracy against them, mate. But we're the ones that are paranoid. I don't think any fair-minded person looking at that game on Saturday could have said there wasn't dodgy decisions going on. And only Walsh can just explain. But to call him what was going on.
Right, okay, mate. Bridgeman, I mean, look, that was a VAR decision, so, but the worst decision, and it was just a travesty, was the Sterling booking, Bridge. When he clearly won the ball, puts it through his legs, the ball falls through him. Not only does he give a foul when there's no foul, he books him. Yeah. Last call for Bridge.
Another disgraceful decision by the referee and the officials. Absolutely shocking. Albert's right. The whole litany of ones he could do just for the weekend there. Shocking decisions. I've said this consistently for the last 5-6 years. It's easier for the referees and the officials not to give anything for Rangers. Don't give them it. If there's some way you can stop it, stop it. And they did that with a goal. Okay, there was 3 or 4 other items going on during the melees in that corner, but they only wanted one, and that was the one where a Rangers player looked as if he'd put his hands on the back of the goalkeeper. And that's it.
He did put his hands on.
No, I'm saying it looked like it, so I'm not arguing about that, and fair enough, but these things happen in a penalty area, as we saw. You look at it, 3 or 4 of them have got arms and legs and everything. They're tying the Rangers players up. They're not a single thing getting said about that, even in the press, because we know what the press is like now. So I get disgusted with them, really and truly. That referee and that booking for Sterling was just utterly unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I'm hoping that our manager and the board get a letter out to the SFA and ask for a clarification on both of those.
I've already sent a letter. I might send some, but it wouldn't be a letter. So said that summed up the referees' day. The 2 big decisions, both on Sterling and different points of the match. I mean, the shove with the 2 horns, he doesn't see it as a free kick. Him or the linesman. Obviously, I don't think it was a penalty because it was outside the box. But then that tackle was a superb tackle. You know, he done everything right. Nothing dangerous, nothing dirty. Won the ball through the guy's legs. The guy tries to hurdle him and falls, and he gives a foul. It was a shocking decision. And plus, he's away with the ball. He's running out of space.
Two poor decisions. Obviously, the push. I thought the linesman might have seen it. You could actually see it where we were standing at the Rangers end. Do you know what was that? I mean, that far away, you could see him knocking him off his feet. But we never got it for whatever reason. They chose not to get it. And then again, the Sterling tackle, which I thought was a good tackle. And like you said, took the ball away from Taylor. I think it was Craig Taylor, I think. And he's trying to break, and then he pulls him back. But to book him, it was unbelievable. Don't know why he's booked him. I can't work it out. What is it? Excessive force, persistent fouling. I don't know. But he booked him, and that was, I don't know. What was it? Nearly 12 booked or something at the end of the game. I mean, I can't even really remember. I can't even really remember a bad tackle where you'd have thought it deserved a yellow card after it happened with Edox, to be honest, in that whole game. Do you?
I thought you lost the plot, mate. You lost the plot. So, look, then is it, I'll give you your thoughts on that. Linda, he just lost the plot, didn't he? Oh, what's Linda? AK, he lost the plot, didn't he?
Aye, well, just putting some stats up there for these guys to look at, but 11 yellow cards there was in that second half. And as soon as he said, I can't really remember a kind of bad challenge. But no, it just seemed to, I think the pressure, the situation, the big game, there's just something within him that he lost control of the game, I thought, and he was brandishing cards out. I'm amazed there wasn't a red card there when he's brandishing out the yellow cards like confetti. But aye, that's the officials for you. That's what pressure does to you, Oxford. That's what that does. It makes you, your decision making clouded, shall we say?
So we had them on the ropes, and they were tiring, and we made substitutions. We had Seamer come on at half time for Dessers, who I think got hurt with the coming together with Vickers. People have commented on that. Be interested to see your thoughts on. But we had them on the ropes, and we made substitutions. We brought on pace to try and win us again, and it done the complete opposite. And look, I know that people are going to say, look, Butland was terrible to go when he sold the jerseys. But we've got the ball in midfield. Young Diamondi has broke away, a nice bit of skill, played it round the corner, a nice pass to Scott Wright. I don't think there's a player within 10 yards of him. 10 yards of him, Albert. He lets the ball run under his foot like a schoolboy. And all your midfield had moved forward because it was an opportunity for us to try and win the game. Their guy runs into space, doesn't make a good shot. Butland should save it. We know that all day long. And the rebound, the big boy comes in and sticks it in. Now, there's a lot wrong with the goal. But for me, it starts with Scott Wright. It was shocking. Albert?
I mean, it was. He should have controlled it. He definitely should have. There's no doubt about it. But there's still a hell of a distance for your goal to go yet for that one.
But the midfield of if that pass is made.
I know he sold the whole lot, the whole team up the park. But no trapping the ball, and it's a simple thing to do. But we've been saying it for long enough. I mean, he shouldn't even be at the club. It's as simple as that. But there's Alec. I do this one for me. Like, how many cup finals has that boy been involved in? That boy Scott, right? He just seems to be there all the time. Well, it cost us dear this time. But you've still got to put on to Butland, mate. It's 90% his fault. It's 90%.
Butland should save the shot. I'm not taking away from it, but none of that happens. Linda.
No.
If Scott Wright, my mate, does he want to be his hair in his eyes and controls the ball?
I know, and we're in a sad situation. We're still having to bring somebody like Scott Wright on, Ox, in a final, try to rely on somebody like him to make a difference. And I didn't understand why at that point young McCausland was still sitting in the bench as well, Ox. He eventually came on, obviously, because Sterling got injured, but I didn't understand bringing Wright on before him. I mean, Ross has got, scored 2 goals in his last 2 games, and I just didn't see that coming. But no, it's a terrible piece of play by Scott Wright, and as Albert said, we all get caught up the park. You know, it's abysmal.
Aye. AK, I wanted to kick Big Jack in his knackers, but I wanted to put one in Scott Wright's chin, mate.
I think you were in the queue with 50,000 bears. But no, you're right. You're right. Unfortunately, at that stage of the game, you're kind of watching the clock, and it's one bit of genius or one mistake that can cost you or win you the cup at that stage of the game. Unfortunately for us, it was a mistake. It was a mistake for obviously Wright. It was a good pass. Diamondi was running through as well, but because of that, his miscontrol, he was out of position and it left us totally bare in the middle of the park. Probably the first time in the entire game, to be fair, because I think the changes that the manager made did work. He had learned for it. You know, we spoke about it all week. I think we had control of that midfield, and that was the key of the battle. But at that stage, that transition left us totally exposed. I thought maybe Ben Davies could have came forward a wee bit earlier than what he did, but he didn't. The guy got the shot away, it moved in there, palmed it out, and the boy reacted first, and then you're really in bother, aren't you?
Aye, what you should have done, right, is chased the guy down and brought him down. That's what they would have done. Bridgeman.
Aye.
Bridge.
Yeah, I think that obviously Wright made a complete arse of whatever he was trying to do, and everybody saw what he was trying to do. Took his eye off the ball, and he was expecting the ball just to stick under his feet, and I'll just do this and I'll run 20 yards or whatever. And it wasn't there, and he was left. Oh, it was shocking, just shocking. And it was so embarrassing he couldn't even chase back. That's my opinion. However, it was a tremendous ball by Celtic to push the ball up like that. And of course, all of our midfielder, most of them had started moving forward. And I've been saying it for years and years and years. That's the worst time we could ever give the ball away. I'd rather they just bloated the ball out of the park anytime, anywhere. Just bloat it out of the way. Don't miss it and leave it or screw up the pass. Just go on with your job. Now, in my opinion,
I think you'd be disappointed if a 10-year-old kid had miscontrolled that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, indeed. I think that when the guy got the ball and they managed to get a shot away, it was an absolutely tremendous shot, and it was moving and quite wildly moving. And I thought Buckland did really well to manage to get his hands on it. Disappointed.
I don't know, Bridge. I think I've been very, very kind.
I'm just going to say, when the ball was fired in, and I noticed that my favourite person for getting into trouble at the moment is James Tavernier, and I think he should have been running all the way and following that ball all the way in. That's what he should have been doing, because he was, at that time, he was the nearest to the goalkeeper, and he was the nearest to that player, and that player stepped in and just put it away. And I'm not saying Tab would have saved it.
One at a time. Wait till you hear your name.
Okay.
All right. Southside, I don't know if it was a tremendous shot. I think Buckland should deal with all day wrong.
Golly should have saved it. Simple as that. It moved slightly. I wanted to see it back because I've only seen it at the game. And when he shot it looked comfortable. I thought he'll catch that in his chest. But seeing it later on, it sort of moves slightly. But she'd still be saving it. And when he sort of spills it, listen, their striker done what all strikers would normally do. They're set for a rebound after the goalkeeper. They're probably not expecting it to happen. Well, they're expecting it to happen because that's what you could see in his body position. Bridge, and when I watched it back, he was looking. That's what all strikers do. They're looking for something to come off the goalkeeper, and he reacted quicker. Maybe Tav should have been on his toes, thinking it could happen if he was the nearest player. I don't know if it was him or Balogun, can't remember. But either or, Jack Buckland should have dealt with it, mate, to be honest, in my opinion.
Okay.
It wasn't just the save. It's the second part of it. It's when it rebounds. Watch what he does when it rebounds. He's diving out like Superman. Watch him. He's practically flat to the ground. His body, his chest and one are practically flat to the ground. He's not even coming out like a goalkeeper to block the rebound the mistake he'd made for the guy running in. If he does it properly, mate, he saves it. The guy does the score. It's as simple as that, mate. It was a double whammy for him. It was a bad bit of goalkeeping, mate. You can't hide it. I don't think you're trying to hide it, but you can't hide it.
No. Listen, without a doubt, Jack Butland's been my player of the season, and maybe therein lies the problem. But it was a poor effort, Linda. He should have done better. And I know that there's a lot of knife marks on the old cardboard cutout.
The cardboard cutout's still there, but it was quite incredible that he's made the mistake. That's kind of it's lost us the cup, and as you say, Ox, he's been our best player, rightly or wrongly. He shouldn't be. He's a goalkeeper, but that happens. It happened. Bala McGregor was Player of the Year sometimes as well. But it was just really disappointing that it came down to another error. I mean, it's an error. You can't get away from it, and who knows what would have happened if we'd even just been able to take it into extra time. And very, very disappointing. And I feel a bit sorry for Jack, but it was his fault, Ox, no doubt.
I get that. I understand that. Big Butland should have saved it, but I can't help but get drawn to the words of Scott Wright, control Kate Hiddle.
Yeah.
I know it's because I've maybe took the mickey out of him a wee bit on here at times and all that. I've nothing against the boy, and I wish him all the best in his career, but please, no way us. Enough's enough.
Aye. Well, you've all summed it up pretty well. It just comes down to the lack of quality, as Linda says. When you're having to rely on the likes of Scott Wright, where you could have had Cortez out there. There's a world of difference in talent between the two, and that's where the squad has kind of came unstuck a wee bit. But we've got to deal with it better. He initially was missed control. We've got to deal with it better in the midfield. And then somebody for defence either coming out to shut the guy down earlier so he doesn't get the shot away, or else reacting better for the save. Butland, I think he just dived that wee bit early, expecting it to go to the right. It might have moved. I've not seen an angle where it suggests so, but if he palms that out for a corner kick or that, then it comes to nothing. But culmination of errors just sums up our season there now.
You can dress it up all the way. You should save it. You should save it. Right, okay. We get the phone lines opened.
Yep.
Let's hear from you.
I get tripped.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Last show of the season, Albert. It's been a long season. It always is, mate. We were hoping it would obviously finish differently. It didn't, but it's been a roller coaster, isn't it, mate?
It certainly has, mate. It's been enjoyable in parts. Let's be honest about it. It was exciting and enjoyable till we fell apart. Up to that point, beginning of the season, poor. Middle of the season, good. Back end of the season, poor again. But it went good, but at the end of the day, it's a failure, isn't it? Let's be honest. A League Cup's not enough. It's a failure. So that's the way I'm viewing it anyway. So if we view it any other way, we're accepting second best and we're accepting a League Cup. And let's be honest about it, Kilmarnock beat them. And if Kilmarnock on their pitch put them out of League Cup, and if they don't put them out of League Cup, they're probably winning a treble. Let's be honest about it. So it's been a disaster of a season.
It's been a roller coaster Southside, and obviously we changed our manager, and we can talk about that. Manager we come in, we got what some people would call the bounce, and then injuries caught up with us, and the wheels just come off, and the form since March, since the Benfica game, mate, the home game, the wheels have just come off spectacular. And there's been factors in it, mate. We've not the bounce of the ball. We've not the referees' decisions. We've had players injured. Yeah, there is. But these highly paid professionals should have delivered more Southside.
Well, obviously at the start of the season, we had the expectation levels. The fact that we had a new manager and he was promised us this and that. We'd play with a handbrake half. And then we go to Kilmarnock and it doesn't happen. And then obviously we have to change manager halfway through the season, and Clement's come in. And listen, he's got to tune out the players, mate. He has got standards. He's got a way of playing. He's no daft. He's won league titles, unlike the previous manager who came in. And the board, we never had a director of football, mate, and we let him go and buy these players. And some will probably work that he's got. If you see Sterling's, obviously, will probably be a success. And one of his signings, there'll be one or two others. But apart from that, the players have just... Wheels came off after Benfica. They were never fit for the start of the season, by the sounds of it. And Connor Golson was never fit to play as many games as he played. We just walked in with no day in a pre-season. So that showed you that, and he played just more or less every week. But the tiredness has kicked in, injuries have certainly kicked in, and in the big games, they've not managed to get it across the line. So we're just going to look for freshness, back the manager next year, and go for there, mate.
Wonder.
Yeah, and I agree with Southside. I mean, at the end of the day, when Clement came in, he got us back on track, and I think we thought, well, if we can get us winning games of football, we were out of the league at that point, we thought, and we were just saying that if we could get the 2 cups, we would see that as being not success, because it's always about the league, but it would have been acceptable. But the fact that he got us back into it, I think it makes it even more tough to accept what's happened this season, Ox. And I think the stats were that the last 15 games of the season, we only won 6. And I think that just says it all. It cost us the league, and then ultimately it's cost us the Scottish Cup as well. But I just think we had a bit of hope, and there was a wee bit of light there. And I think that's made it even more disappointing, Ox.
Aye, we all felt it because of the circumstances, and we were up the top of the roller coaster, AK, and we certainly come down, didn't we?
Aye, doing me a bang, unfortunately, wasn't it?
It was like the long foot minute. You get soaked in the water.
We get soaked in the way doing. But aye, no, you're right. It sums up pretty well. But as life as a Rangers supporter, particularly in the last 12 years, it's a roller coaster, and has been. Anyway.
All right, we've been joined by Wee Al, no Big Al, Wee Al. How we doing, Al? On the way from Canada.
Good evening, everybody. I see you got a full panel. How are you guys all doing?
Good, mate. How's you?
I'm still recovering, I guess. That was, talk about a kick in the you-know-what. That was, like you were saying there, it's been a roller coaster up and down, and we've had lots of downs, but that was another down. To lose it that way was just awful.
Here, mate. Here. What's your thoughts overall and where we are, Al?
I'm just thinking of the future, because I think it was the Southside that said the last 12 years. Now, I was looking back, and I think this is important. I was looking at 12-year cycles, because I think everything comes in cycles. Now, let's go back 36 years ago to 1988. 1988, when we started, 89, we started the 9th. That was the first season on the 9 in a row for us. Now, in that 12-year cycle, that went from 1988 to the year 2000, when Dick Advocat left. Now, in that 12 years, 36 trophies, right? 3 trophies a year. Out of the 36 trophies, we won 22. Celtic won 5 trophies in that 12 years, and the other teams won 9. Now, 22 out of 36, pretty good, right? Now, in the next 12-year cycle, Martin O'Neill came in, and then Rangers, and we won, and then they won, we won. It was pretty even. In that 12-year cycle, from 2000 to 2012, 36 trophies. Rangers won 15. Celtic won 15. Even. We won, others won 6. So that was 36. Now, the next 12-year cycle, 2012, 2024, obviously we went down to the 3rd division, 4th tier. So we can't really count for that. But in that 12-year cycle, from 2012 to 2024, when Celtic, they had the keys to the castle there. 36 trophies up until right last weekend there. They won 25. We've won 3, others 8. Now, think about the first 12-year cycle. I said Rangers 22. Celtic here in this 12-year cycle, 25. It's pretty close, but we were gone for 4 years. And we, like guys I say, we're climbing out of hell, on the way up. So I think we're coming to an end of a cycle, and I think Clermont is the right guys to put us back in to a positive cycle where we can go back and start winning again, because we're nearly there, but we're very, very close. But
no cigar. The point I think he's making there, all there, Clermont's a man. What's your thinking?
Absolutely, mate. I'm still behind Clermont. I know there's people calling for his head, and things like if he doesn't win the next Old Firm game, he's out the door, and things like it's nonsense, mate. It's absolute nonsense. Can I just give a wee breakdown of the game on Sunday? What the guy had to deal with, Clermont had to deal with. You've got your Player of the Year in the Big Jack, and Big Jack's a good goalkeeper. We're getting the Big Jack.
You get a list? Is that what you're telling me?
No, it's just off the top of my head, mate.
All right. Are you sure you've got a list somewhere? You must have a list somewhere.
I've got a shopping list. I'm going to get Milton Breed tomorrow, so if you want to hear that one. She's wrote that one out for me. So you'll get Big Jack, Player of the Year.
I just pulled my one out of my pocket there. 6 tenants, 4 vodkas and coke. Sorry, carry on.
Right, so Big Jack makes a mistake. We lose the cup final. The right back, Tavernier, he's having a nightmare at the moment, but he did well against the gap on Saturday there. He held him quite well. He wasn't there on the halfway line that very often, and he done well. The whole defence done well. You've got 2 third choice centre backs in your team. Your left back's no fit. He's no fit, mate. He's miles to fitness, but done well defensively. He done really well defensively. So the defence was solid. You've got two midfielders, inexperienced midfielders. One's no long back for a long-term injury. He's got Todd Cantwell running about doing the Todd Cantwell does, get involved in nonsense and no concentrating what he's up on the park today. He's got an outside left that's no an outside left. He's a centre forward or a number 10, makeshift outside left. He's outside right as a backup right back. That's his second right. That's his right wing. And you've got Dessers, who basically is a hit and miss. You never know what he's going to do, the guy. Mostly you can't rely on him. Then he's got 2 substitutes, or 3 substitutes he brings on. He brings on Matondo, he brings on 4 count McCausland, Sima, and he brings on Wright. Right. Talk about the A3. Matondo and Sima are nowhere near fit. So what's the fitness guys doing, by the way? Putting this, they're out for months. That's months now they've been trying to get fit. They get out of that game, they put them on, and they're nowhere near it. And he's no choice. He's got to put them on the bench. He has nobody else to put on the bench. Right? You've got Wright there. Wright is our 5th choice winger. 5th choice, no 4th, 3rd, 2nd, or 1st. 5th choice winger. He puts him on. He's no choice to put him on. He puts McCausland on, the first season professional in the first team. This is his first season. Now, this is what the guy's got to put up with. This is what the guy's doing there. And still, we maybe we win the game, but we had every chance to win the game. They never ran us.
Fair comment. It wasn't a list, but it was pretty close to a list.
But you've got to appreciate. Everybody needs to appreciate what the guy's up against here, man. That's no right what they're all saying. He should be sacked, he should be that. He's doing minor miracles, mate, with what he's got. He's absolutely unbelievable what he's doing. But no, everybody, because we didn't win, I'm disappointed as everybody else. We didn't win, of course I am. But you've got to cut the manager some slack here. Sorry, mate, that's be done.
You all right? You feel better?
I'm fine. Aye, blue pill, I'm sat down again.
Oh, don't take the blue one. You know what they do to you. Right.
Too late. Too late. I'm in a tent now.
Oh dear. Right. Is that fair, Al? Al? Oh.
So what are you saying for me?
Is that fair what Albert's saying?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely fair what you're saying as well. And it's important too, right? So I think that's all we can do, really look to the future. But the point I was trying to make in that first 12-year cycle when we were winning 22 out of 36 trophies, think about what Celtic did, their reaction did. They went and started blaming referees. They went on the offensive. And that's why even now they remember that time. So a lot of us in our generation, we went through a successful generation. Obviously, the last 12 years, not so much. But we're starting to learn we have to start doing the same things. If you listen to what Dessa says after the game, actually seeing them celebrate winning the league and winning the cup, the hurt, the pain that they're feeling, it will motivate them to not ever go through that again. And that's why when we as fans, we will go and we can always say we want to win every trophy, but if you think about when we won 9 in a row, we never went gun ho and tried to win like treble after treble after treble. We were pretty happy just winning the league, and maybe we won a few cup here, cup there. But I think it will change the mentality, not even of the I think of the club overall. We will just go and try and win absolutely everything, and and just remember the pain that we're feeling right now. I think that's important as well.
So, would you make Albert's latest list of what Al said?
I know Albert's right. Listen, they were at full strength, right? And we had to patch our team up. So, listen, we all wanted to win it. We all still went to Hampden believing we could win it. Knew they were at full strength. But, listen, we got beat and it's back to the drawing board. I'm glad I never heard Dessa's interview, honestly. I'm really glad I never heard that, because nobody hurts like anybody on this panel, and yourself included, him having to listen to him celebrate. I've heard that a few times, one's too many now, so it's time for reaction, and I think Clement probably knows what's needed now. He's seen what the club needs. We'll probably know date in one window. The pressure's on him and all, because he's going to have to get results straight away. He's already said we're playing 9 games in August, and 2 of them are the European qualifiers for the Champions League.
Big game.
So,
big game.
Massive games coming up, massive. So he's got to get the recruitment right. He's got to get a bit of physicality into the team, I think, over the park going forward. I think you should know that yourself. And we've just got to try and recruit properly and hope that they will be good enough to hang me. And then the standards will drive by winning. You'll get trophies, and then you start to breed winners. And that's where we need to start getting back in the team. But I think he's the right man to take us forward, definitely.
We need a change in personnel. We need it tweaked, and maybe some people have just overstayed their welcome. That's the. If you look back, and Al gave us a wee history of this in the UK. If you look back, and then Linda can come in. If you look, maybe Fergie would be seen as the modern managers the most successful. And it took him a while to get gone at Man United, but what he did do when he got it gone is how you get rid of players at the right time. Now, transfers have changed. There's a window and all that now, but it's getting rid of players at the right time and replacing players. It's an art, and it's difficult because some players don't want to go and they'll just sit there, Ricky.
Aye. The game's changed in that aspect. I mean, the club had most of the power, and when they could get a player in and when they could move them on. So Graham Roberts didn't last too long, for instance, and it's just completely flipped the control with the kind of Bosman ruling. We touched on that a few shows ago, but the cycle thing, on paper, it's there for us all to see, but in this day and age, we've never been basically financially crippled the way we were forced to. In the 150 year of history that we have there, the managers that we've been through in that duration, we've only had 19 managers in that period, but in recent years we've had 7 managers in 9 years, and that's unlike us as a club as well. But we're kind of the support seem to be like pressing the button on a manager year after year after year after year.
Some of the managers should have never get the Rangers job.
No, 100%. But it comes back down to the Gerrard thing as well. When we win the league, he wanted to kick us on, and for me, Stuart Robertson, Ross Wilson didn't back him.
Read the accounts. I'll go away. I've told you this before. Go away and read the accounts.
I know, but
we lost £22 million in COVID. The board could do nothing. Gerrard got the support. He didn't sell Morelos in Kent. Yeah, managers, you're going to let managers run football clubs. Therein lies your problem. Yeah.
I bet recruitment.
He never got to sell these players. He got to keep his squad. Yeah. We were 1-0 against one up against Malmo in the Champions League qualifier. They were down to 10 men, and Gerrard got it right. So the board, that was nothing to do with the board. How were the board calling back Gerrard when we've just announced a 22 million? How were they? Go and tell me.
No, I accept that. But our recruitment has been awful since then, and that's how we find our position in today.
That's another myth. That's another myth that's perpetrated along the sport. Read the accounts, right? I think we're just waiting for you. You'll be with us in a minute, I hope. Is that fair, Linda? Oh, not a cut across you, Linda. We've been joined by Jock for London. Evening, Jock.
Good evening, sir. Pleasure to speak to you at last. There you are. I've listened to you for many a night, 18 months now. You talk a lot of sense, my friend. And Southside and Linda.
Know about that, mate.
You talk a lot of sense.
You might have disagreed.
I think we all had a wee swally Saturday after it. And Linda and Albert, all you talk sense all the time. So for me, it's an absolute pleasure to be on the show, expressing my views to you.
Thank you. The floor's yours.
Where do we go from here? That's my question.
I tell you what, David, I'll let Linda come in. We're back to team, the support's back to board, and the club. They bought the season tickets, the My Jersey, the new strip will come out. We do what we always do. AK's point is your recruitment's going to be better. Linda?
Hi, Jock. How you doing?
Hi, good evening. A pleasure to speak to you, Linda, as well. And a lady who speaks common sense when it comes to football.
I don't know about that, but
no, you do, Linda. You talk a lot of sense.
That one, just a beret and talking to your mates. That's the way I see it. But no, Jock. I mean, as Ock said, we'll stick by the club. We'll do what we have to do. We always do that as Rangers fans. But it has been difficult, Jock. I mean, sometimes this season it's been very, very difficult, even for us to come on and do the shows. The post-match shows and that Oxshare and the crew would do all the time. That's been difficult. But where we go from here is as Ox has just said, the main thing is that we need to get our recruitment right. Now, it might not be all achieved in this one window, and I think we need to recognise that the players that he brings in, we need to give them a chance. And I know that's difficult as fans. We want them to hit the ground running. But we need to give him this window, and he might need the January one as well. But Albert's made the point a few times as well that we can't keep just sacking managers come October. Mm-hmm. So I think we need to give Clement a chance. I think he's earned it, but I do accept that it's all about results, Jock. And I would hopefully he'll get off to a bit of a flyer as well.
May I come in?
On you go, mate. On you go.
Well, he has to go off to a flying. We need to get recruitment correct this time. We did sign a lot of players last year, but I thought it balanced the. Obviously, how much did we get for Saka? We got a lot of money back on players as well. So I don't think the expenditure was brilliant or as bad as what people always spent a lot of money. We did spend money, but we got money back as well. We had money from Europe as well. So I think it was pretty balanced, in my view, anyway. What we spent. We didn't spend billions and billions, did we? But again, there was a lot of players in the door. There's a lot of players has to go out the door. I'm up to about 10, 12 in my head. The equipment has to be better.
44, Jock.
But there was a lot of players. A lot of players haven't. They're not fit to wear a shirt. Number one, the Dowells, they're not fit to wear a shirt. They're not good enough. I'd rather give that to a younger player. We're all screaming out for Scottish players. So it's just, I think the equipment's been awful, absolutely awful. But look, going into the summer, we'll get money from Lammers, Hadji. There's a lot of trading backwards and forwards. I think that's how I see it going. I think we'll be trading up to the last day of the minute. You can't just expect to get a lot of players in straight away. In the beginning of the window. I think it'd be a long window getting players in. But the players, look, in my eyes, Tav, thank you very much, Tav, got to go. Goldson, thank you very much, got to go. If he sticks with them through next season, I think for me, He makes
we might not stick with him, mate. They might stick with us. They've got 2 years left.
Yeah, they're on big wages, but look, you hear the rumours down in London South as well that they are Gerrard's thinking a lot. I mean, we hear that a lot down here as well. So we're hoping he takes them. I think it's ran its course. We can see that, couldn't we? It's ran. The ball. Thank you for the memories up till the title. Brilliant. After 55, maybe a season more is what they should have done. After that, it should have been gone. I mean, Cardiff, much as I like the guy, I feel sorry for the guy, but we all know his defenders are absolutely shocking. His stats are amazing. But, yeah.
He's not going to get quicker, Joe. Southside, then you come, mate.
When Ross Wilson left, we didn't get a director of football in, and that's what we should have done, and we didn't do it for one reason or another, and hence the fact the recruitment went to a manager who the board sort of trusted to a point and gave him the keys to go and buy the players, and a lot of them haven't worked out. So the recruitment's got to be better, and I think Cotton's got to be given a chance. I think Diamandi will be a better player next season. I think for the short time he's been here, he's a young boy, he's going to develop. I think he's got a decent football brain and that, so I can see him. Cortez, in the short spells that we saw him, that type of player, a winger, it looked like he'd be going to take the left back on, no fear. It looked like he was going to be decent. Unfortunately, takes an injury. So if that's the type of player he's trying to sign, then I'm willing to give him and Cotton the chance to go out and recruit. But I don't want to go down the road of too many South Americans and that, Colombians and whatever we've got. Mm-hmm. We need to get a different type of core of player in, whether it be Belgian, Scandinavian or whatever. I don't know. But they'll need to find a mix. But I'm willing to give the manager a chance. The board will probably find ways of moving players on. Dessers should get hopefully sold. If somebody wants him, we can try and flog him. And like you say, Lammers is there to get punted and all. He's doing pretty well. I think he scored again at the weekend. I think he's got about 15 goals. So hopefully he'll bring in some money for Hadji. That's probably circa close to 10, 12 million you'd like to think, close to. And you can fling another player in there probably. So there's money to be made. We've got players to... And the wages, aye, but we can save all that type of money and add it to our budget. So I believe in the manager. I'm going to believe in Cotton, but I think you'll need probably 3 transfer windows to get a right core, a good team in. But I'd like to think we'll get 12 players in the summer. I'd like to think he needs 12 starting players that are going to be playing easy 12.
Okay.
No, pretty much I agree with all that, Southside. It's not just squad fillers we need either, as you say. It's guys who can walk straight into our starting 11 and improve his aspect. I'm fully behind my Clement as well. Got to give him a chance. We can't keep going through this, replacing our manager every year or every 18 months. You're not going to build a team. You're not going to, stability. If there's insecurity at clubs, you see it down south. Chelsea, Man United, all the clubs are looking for success, but they're also quick to fire their managers. Our club's never been like that. It's become that, and we need to stop the cycle, as we all is intimating with his call and his stats. And I think we've got to get.
Is it just modern football?
Back as well.
Is it just modern football?
Yeah, the finances are dictating the strength of your club, and we're kind of on the bottom rung of the ladder. We want to get up into that Champions League money, and that's where we've took advantage of the situation we win in the league. Going back to your own point about failing against Malmo, that was a big blow financially for the club. And fair end, we've been trying to recover ever since. I mean, Gio managed to get us there, but we didn't acquit ourselves well. He was looking to strengthen the squad, and we weren't able to. And the results that followed, that's what happens. You see it every year now in the Champions League. If you have not got the squad there to compete at that level, they're Celtic this year. It was at 6-0 in Atletico Madrid. You know what I mean? And they've done that for how long? They've embarrassed themselves in Europe. We've at least established ourselves a bit in Europe. But that Champions League is getting really, really difficult for ourselves now.
Very difficult. Very difficult.
Alberta, you come.
Well, I agree with the recruitment's important, but it's equally important that we clean out the background staff. The background staff are the big problem. It's no matter how many players you bring in, doesn't matter what nationalities you bring in. If this background staff remain in place, they're all going to be on an injury list soon. And we're going to be back to, if only to these players fit. So we need to get rid of this background staff, get it cleared out. And that's what Clement was hinting on. He's getting nothing to work with. Game after game, the squad gets weaker, his team gets weaker, and it's all from within. I've got my own thoughts on what's happening within, but anyway, that's just me. But at the end of the day, if we don't get rid of these people are there, the medical staff and the fitness team, they've lost the plot altogether. They don't actually understand why they're at Ibrox. They're at Rangers to get the players fit and keep them fit, and then when they get injured, bring them back for injury fit and as quickly as possible, so they're available for choice for the manager. That's not happening in Rangers. That just simply isn't happening. One of the things I never understand is this hamstring one they keep going on about. Now, what's the treatment for a hamstring injury? Ask them, they'll tell you, it's rest. Okay, so when that player's resting, what are you doing? I mean, there's Ridvan. He was out for what, 12 weeks or 12 weeks or something like that?
More than that.
Aye. So what were they doing for 12 weeks? If he's resting, what are they doing? Nothing. What, they played poker or something? What are they doing?
I believe it was Solo, mate.
Aye, Solo, you might be right. But at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying. You look at Matondo and you look at Seamers coming on at the cup final there. They're nowhere near fitness, mate. And they've been out for months. Now they've been back. How are they no fit? How do they know? Matondo made one run, and after he made one run, that was him. That was his game over, basically. He had that Taylor, that Johnson to run by late on in the game. And Johnson's knackered. He's blowing out his trumpet, by the way. He is knackered. All he needs to do is knock the ball by him and go, and he's away from him, right into the area. He's not got the legs to do it. That's down to the fitness team, mate. That's got nothing to do with Clement. It's nothing to do with the player. That's down to the fitness team. Why are they all of a sudden been visible there on Saturday? Because they've been told they're going, mate. You need to clean them out. They're hopeless. And if we don't clean them out, it doesn't matter how many players you get in, and it doesn't matter the quality or nationality. The same problem's going to raise its head again, and it's been going for season after season now. It has to be dealt with this season. Now, mate. Now's the time.
And you come, Jock, and then I'll.
Oh, I agree. I'll be actually every year we've always got 10, 12 players injured all the time. So something has to change. Definitely, it's a great point actually. Very good point. Coach, backroom team as well. Like you say, but you have to let him bring in his own back. But guys, this is going to be a long project. Then nothing's going to happen overnight straight away. This will take a couple of years now to get it perfect, get it absolutely bang on perfect. Backroom team and transfers. Are the fans going to be patient enough for this? I mean, we were all thinking Saturday we were going to get a dub in there, but it didn't turn out that way. We were far better team by a country mile. Lady Luck wasn't on our side again, and VAR and the officials again against us. So, will they be given time? With I listened to Ox a week or so ago regarding Clement. I've sort of gone with Ox a wee bit as well regarding Clement. Some of his decisions have been baffling, from the Benfica game, the Murray game, the Celtic game, the selection. I just found myself questioning Clement a little bit, but he's here now. We have to get behind him. But nobody. What's the word? It could be called constructive criticism, if that makes any sense. That's fair, isn't it? Because they've all said, not just me, the last 10 fights, there's been a big, massive drop-off, and then you see it changes, and you watch it from the TV, the stand, and you can see the mistakes. You're thinking, well, what's going on here? Is this another Beale again? Every manager does it at the Rangers. They've all done it. Gio's done it, Gerrard done it, Clement's doing it a wee bit now. Bale's done it, so you got to question it. We have to question it. So that's what happens at Rangers when you're the manager. You're in the spotlight, and when things are not going right, people will question you. No doubt about it.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Al, you come in quickly before we go to the tune, mate.
Oh yeah, all great points, and great points everybody's making. But I think Clement, that's another important part as well, because I think he's going to be absolutely hurting, because he actually had everything in his hands. If you think about it, we played 30 games, we're 2 points ahead. We only had 8 games to go. Now that, I hate to bring it up, but that cup final reminded me of the Europa League final, whereas Frankfurt never even put a glove on us. And they had 4 shots on goal. I think Celtic had 4 shots on goal as well. It's very, very similar. The problem is we don't really have cutting edge at the top third. I don't think it's something to do with Dessers. I just think it's the structure of the team. This isn't his team. We've been ravaged by injuries all season. Players came in, players came out. We've got players left over from Gerrard, left over from the Wilson era, and Beale. He did the best he could. You could see in the last few games he was 100% disappointed maybe in the mentality of the players, but it's not his team. Once he puts his team together, I think that's when we can judge him, because, to be honest, he did great. He did great for what he had,
All right, cheers, Al. Listen, everybody get themselves in mute, because we're going to have a tune.
Marching down the Paisley Road, the west, the doors and the windows open wide. You will hear the people cheer, the Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. As we go marching down the Paisley Road west, the doors and the windows open wide. You will hear the people cheer, the Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, we're all back, gentlemen, ladies.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Folks,
Yes, mate.
I'm going to say something. See the support at Hampden on Saturday, that every bear that was there. Take my hat off to every single bear that was in that stadium on Saturday. I thought we had the atmosphere absolutely electric throughout the stadium. And although it was split 50-50, believe me, you hardly heard a whimper out of them in the whole game for where we were standing. So I thought the support on Saturday done the team proud.
Without a doubt, mate. Without a doubt, and obviously people are disappointed in that, but that doesn't take away, for the support trying to get rally the team. And they did, the second half, mate, there was only one team in it, and that's why I was so disappointed when they broke away and scored the goal, because they mugged us, really. It happens, doesn't it?
Aye, we've seen it, but listen, we know it can happen. We've done it to them before and on, won a cup final through it, but no, I mean, generally it was split 50-50, and usually you will hear them, but I'm telling you, Ox, you couldn't hear them. They were silent for a vast majority of that game. We heard the odd sort of song, but that was it. I thought every bear done themselves proud and Saturday by standing up and supporting the team.
Yeah. Well, we're at the thank yous, mate. Yeah, I just want to give a thank you to you, and I'm sure all bear will come in and maybe say some words for the Southside Super 6. And the thank you I want to say is for the money I'm going to save between now and August. Yeah.
No, you don't want to do a Euro one. I'll send you a Euro one.
No.
Listen, mate, you've been brilliant, mate. You do that. It's a bit of fun, because that's what it is, a bit of fun. And you got one up the first week of the season when I was there, but couldn't believe it. And then since then it's been like the team. It's been a roller coaster.
Aye, it's certainly been up and down all season. I'll give you that. I think maybe I don't know what we're doing for next year, but
the Southside Super 6 hasn't gone anywhere, mate. It's not gone anywhere.
I think we'll be doing 2.5 goals next year. I think that's. I'll just stick to that one. But it's a laugh and a bit of fun. Unfortunately, you want to get more up in the season, but like you say, it was a bit of fun, and I don't mind it happening now and again.
I tell you at the start, it's harder than people realise that.
Aye, it is. But at the end of the day, the best laugh for me was the one that came up at 36.5 to 1, and you didn't have any to own. That made my whole season and all, mate. But I'd like to thank you for your loyalty as always. For putting it on.
I thought because I was away, my mate would have put it on for me, and I discovered that name, mate. Say, okay.
Maybe that's the key then. You should go on holiday more often and give us a chance. Well done, Susie. Well done, pal.
Bear, it's been emotional, isn't it?
Oh, I'm fed up with it, because every time I walk in at Ladbrokes, there's one of Southside suckers.
Southside suckers. Bear, I was going to say something, but Linda's on the show. Sorry, Linda, I'm not saying a word. Oh dear. It's a bit of fun. But well done, Southside. And I keep you up to date with the text messages. I run a report, and some of the replies are quite interesting as well, Linda.
Usually starts off quite well and then it rapidly goes downhill within a matter of minutes.
Oh dear. There's always next week. Okay.
He's going to do this over 2.5, and I guarantee you he'll find a couple of 0-0s in there. Uncanny.
It's a pity the bookies didn't take that. I bet there's always next week, because we get that up every week.
See, the optimism is high, eh?
We're like the manager. We're right behind you, Southside.
Aye. I'll just hope that I've thought about it, and I thought, see, just to get peace on the Saturday, right? Because usually it's a Saturday commentary, man. You do my head in, mate, honestly. You do my head in, mate. I'm going to start putting you on your mute. So I'll wait for a surprise later, and you just spoil it. But anyway, I'll maybe do games on a Sunday, so when I'm at the game, I don't really need to hear you, because I can just concentrate and watch the Rangers.
Oh, there's more than one ways to skin a cat. Don't worry, I'll get the messages to you.
Aye, no doubt.
Anyway, we've been joined by young GB. How we doing, GB?
Hello all, how are we getting on? Good conversations tonight and good calls coming in as well. That was some good points with Alfie. Is it Canada it was?
Jock from London. They're still with us, the gentlemen are still with us.
Still with you, still listening, still here, boys.
Brilliant. No, this is totally fair points, and I think we've just got to go with the flow and back the manager.
Aye, mate. I think. Well, listen, he'll be judged when he brings in his own players. GB, that's a good point you make. Albert.
Aye, we heard this last year, right enough. We judge him.
I'll be the same, mate. If he brings 8 players in and he plays them every week and they're red rotten, he'll be judged on that, mate. That's football.
Oh, you would think no, surely no. Come on, it can't be as bad as the ones he brought in.
No, but I'm just saying that's what will happen. Hopefully, that's not the case. But what I'm saying, that's how you're judged.
I haven't said that, by the way. At least 3, maybe 4 of the players that came in last year are all right. They're not too bad actually. Butland, Sterling, Seamer, and Danilo probably will give him the benefit of the doubt because he's been out most of the year injured. But they've been no bad.
Okay, he's not the most pleasing on the eye, is he?
No, he's no, mate. You can't be relied on. He's no. Going forward, no, definitely no. If we get money for him, take it a heartbeat. We took it for Cholak. I'm sure we can take it for Dessers. But it's at the end of the day, he will be judged on the players he brings in, and let's hope they're a better quality than we've actually had. We're looking for fitter, stronger, faster, younger, hungrier players. That's what we're looking for, mate. And there are plenty out there, I dare say.
I thought you were talking about Foxhall. It's a boy there. Oh dear.
But you know what I'm saying? It's one of the things. It's another rebuild after another rebuild after another rebuild. It can't keep going on like this, mate. It can't go on like this.
Right. But we need to get the contract lengths right for people who are taking a big chunk of your wages. And I'm not meaning to be disrespectful, Jock, to Tavernier Goldson. They've still got 2 years of their contracts to go, and that's been a mistake.
Major mistake.
It's no giving them. It's the age that they are giving them their lengths of contracts. It was silly.
Well, they're not big money, aren't they? So just pray, hope Gerrard comes in with a decent offer and take it, and then problem solved. But easier said than done.
Al?
Yeah, I talked about that last week. I think when I called, I talked about the contracts that Goldson and Tavernier have. That's our only hope. Jared comes in and takes them. But we're definitely going to get rid of the guys out of contract. I think Balogun's going to stay on. Actually, he played really good on the weekend. Something you can rely, especially for 1 year. And I guess he's on a lower salary anyway. But then it's all about who can we sell. Who's interested in buying our players? Because if nobody, obviously we'll send maybe some of the loan players back, but if nobody comes in for the players, then we're going to be stuck with them. But he's going to be bringing in some of his own players and stuff like that. So that's really all we can. That's all really we can hope for. But yeah. But I just, a couple of points before I go because I'm working today.
Professional caller.
That's the only thing I'm a professional at. And then just going back to Southside Super 6, I'm glad there's no William Hunt or Ladbrokes over in Canada, so I'm not wasting my money.
Well, put it this way: at least you get paid. At least you get paid for doing the show. It costs us a fortune with the Southside Super 6.
But another thing I wanted to say, I'm never been so proud to be a Rangers fan, to be honest. Just like I think the Southside was saying in the fans on the weekend, our support is just second to none. I'm so proud of our team. We stopped 9 in a row. We went to EuroLeague final. We won the League Cup. We won the Scottish Cup. There's a lot I'm happy about, but there's a lot of players have let us down over the years. But even when you talked about Malmo, Morales never even came back for that. So they were disrespecting Gerrard even back then too. And then I think Gio came in. He was surprised when he came into the club what he's seen, right? And then Bill was just obviously a car salesman as well. So, but I think this is the right guy. This is the right time, and you're 100% right. He's going to be judged in the players that he brings in. So hopefully he can bring in the right players as well. And another thing is they're so happy to be involved in this show. You've got a great panel there with Linda, Bridge, Albert, Southside. GB came in. Actually, the first time I ever called in was GB took my call, and I just can't say nice things about how you guys treated me when I called. So that's just a message out to everybody out there who's listening. You call in, these guys are so respectful and so nice, and And I was happy to hear, like, I think last week Joan called in as a new caller, so it's nice to get some other ladies on the phone along with Linda. So, great show, guys.
Yeah. Listen, it's my last show of the season. You've been a guy that's called in quite regularly. We want to thank you. We want to thank everybody for their contributions. But thanks, mate. And it's great to hear you're earning a fortune while you're listening to the show, mate.
I wouldn't go that far. You guys take care, and I'll speak to you again probably in August sometime, hopefully.
Cheers, mate.
Bye for now, guys.
Cheers. The recruitment's already started, GB. We're putting a left back. Yeah, and obviously Big Balogun maybe extended by a year, which, like the Jack one last year, I didn't have a problem with that. I get the sense about the Balogun one. You know, where it'll be a hit or a miss. Obviously doing to fitness, but it's cover. You're hoping it's just cover. So we're putting a left back. Obviously with no Barisic away. Maybe Ridwan, you don't know. GB then Linda.
I think the Balogun one's a kind of no-brainer, isn't it? And maybe he'll be the one that will step up to kind of fill the space of this leadership team with Lundstrom going out the door and stuff like that as well. So I think what it says for the wee videos you see Balogun interacting with Diamandi, I think he'll be dead influential for him, like to try and progress him in the Rangers team and bring him out his shell a wee bit and stuff like that. So because I do agree, I think like say the signing policy and stuff like that, Oxford, we can't keep going down the road of signing hundreds of Diamandis in the team. It's all right signing young pacey boys, but we do need a bit of experience in there as well, and I think that's the kind of, we're showing the signs of that with re-signing Balogun, and hopefully there's some more targets on the radar that can come in and hit the ground running, mate.
Wanda, then AK.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans, when you look at the social media, were saying that they didn't think we should give Balogun another contract talks just because of his age. But as GB said, it's his experience, and he's actually played quite well. But he's got to just be backup, and I think that's basically what we've signed him for. And if he can keep himself fit. But this whole thing about being able to keep yourself fit, that's a question that I hope that we're not asking very much next season, Ox. So there is an element of risk there with Balogun as well. And obviously,
no, I think if you get like the dual injuries, maybe bats an eyelid. When you're getting muscle injuries, Linda, that concerns people, doesn't it? Because it suggests that your preparation, your fitness isn't right. And your maybe your warm up or your whatever, the whole thing's no right, and that gives us issues because these people are getting paid a lot of money to prepare our guys, and they're not getting it right. Somebody runs into you, and you something happens to your bone or your foot or your leg or something like that. That's part of the game. You've got to deal with that. But it's the muscle injuries that have really worried people.
Yeah, it's also when we hear that they're going to be out for a couple of weeks, Ox. And a couple of weeks becomes 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. I mean, somebody like Balogun, he had that back injury recently, didn't he? It kept him out for a few games, but he came back quite quickly. As I say, I think the support's split on players like Balogun, but as GB said, you can see why the club have done it. The fullback that's come in, Yefty, we were interested in him in January. He fits the profile. He's young. He's quite exciting. He's an attacking fullback as well, from what the manager's saying. So, and then we're also bringing in hopefully this other guy, the left centre back, too, is it Cardosa? So get some players in it early that you can, Ox, but they won't all come in early. We accept that.
No, because there's a shuffling of the pack everywhere, isn't there? AK.
Aye, it's listen, at our club, it's all about winning trophies, and see everything that it falls into place. You don't look at recruitment, you don't look at medical teams, you don't look at injuries, you don't look at anything out winning the club when you're winning. It's when you're not winning. That's when we start to pick holes in Clement's formation, Clement's tactics, Clement's, him as a person, how he's carrying himself in his interviews. You don't even consider all that when we're winning. When we're not winning, that's when questions get asked. But that's our support, and it comes with the standards that we've been used to, the standards we've been set with growing up. And it's just to get back onto that winning run and winning winning trophies, putting trophies back in the cabinet, but everything collectively needs to be right for that to happen. And it's not just the manager, it's not just the players, it's everybody, the full club, the board, medical team, recruitment. Everybody has to work together to strive for that success, and then hopefully that follows it. But as the support, you touched on it, no doubt they'll sell out the season tickets again, the merchandise will buy into the My Jersey. I think that's a big thing for the support. I think it's went from 50,000 down to 39,000. See, when you look at Barcelona, Benfica's and Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, they're all up at 250,000, 300,000 members. That's a big advantage where the support can give the club more money through different finances. If you're not a season ticket holder, buy into My Jersey, and that gives the club more money for Clermont to work with.
Roughly £1 a week for the club you love. Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? Roughly.
Absolutely. Aye.
Yeah. Roughly. Aye, recruitment. That's a big thing and be interesting. Left back, what did that say to you? Southside, then Ogbert?
Left back, I didn't think he looked physically ready to play in the Scottish game anyway when I looked at him, if I'm honest. Just, you see the legs on him.
He doesn't want to see him in suspenders, him.
No, I'm telling you, you block him with a pair of socks that fit in his shins. No, he doesn't look exactly athletic looking, I didn't think. No, I thought I was getting somebody a bit more physical, looking a bit more. I just didn't. Listen, he's coming in. We'll see what he's like when he comes in. He's only 20 years of age. There's something positive to look forward to. Ridvan will go to the Euros, and if he plays well, gets games, and he does well, he might get a big bid in from, and then we'll see what happens for that, Ox. Otherwise, I'd expect Ridvan to come back and play in the team. So, or compete, and that'll be, the boy will need to compete with him, and we'll take it for there. It's easy, we're talking about Balogun. Can I go back to him?
Aye, of course.
Just a second, right? Okay. See if Golson wasn't out injured in Suter, Balogun wouldn't have played these few games coming in for the club, right?
Aye.
He's at the wrong end of the age. I get sentiment, I get he played all right, and I get that he might be decent cover, but you've got to look to be better, have better cover, and no just think, he played all right in a couple of games. I mean, Balogun, if he's really going to start, I get he can help people and educate them well. He was well putting them in the backroom team and with Clermont, because I don't expect Balogun to be anywhere near 20 or 25 games next season in a Rangers jersey.
No, it shouldn't be.
I'm wanting better centre backs in. If the big boy Cordoba comes in, fine, but I want better. So it needs to be better. So it might be sentimental, and he loves the club. We all love the club, but you've got to be able to go out and do a job. And he has now and again when he's been called upon, but we're trying to move forward here. No, we want better. So if you want to give him a contract, fine, but I want better. No.
On you go, Jock, and then Albert.
But what is their financial situation? We don't know, do we? You know, they never give much away anyway, the club, regarding what which is maybe right in a way as well, because every season they all spend money, but nothing. We don't say we've got 20 million or 25 million or nothing's given out. You don't the price of transfers. Saka, what did he go for? What did Konak go for? They never tell you. Look, the big Balogun thing, I think it's great, good and bad in one way. You know, it's great. We're grateful he was there. You know, it's if you look at finance, you can't be on. What do you think Balogun's on a week at Rangers? 9,000, 10.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's not a lot. I mean, it's a lot of money to me and you, but as a professional football player, it's not a lot of money, is it? It's not, financially. The chairman probably think this is good cover for the money this guy's on. I mean, what age is Balogun? 37.
I think the point that Southside's going to make is that some of these centre halves will have to go. That and you want better.
Golson, Suter, Davis got to go. Have to go. Not good enough. No way. Davies on Saturday, he looks timid. He looks very timid to me. He seems to always get caught out all the time. Got to go. Will we get football back in Davies? I very much doubt it.
No. Before I go to Albert, we've been joined by old Davy. Evening, David.
Hello, how are we doing, everybody? I'm just sort of geez a wee call before we all check out. Not in that sense.
Davy, I know it's a long summer, but geez a break, yeah.
No, I've been listening to the shows, it's just thought I'd let you hear my tones before you have the wee break. It's been hard going, but the way you were discussing, debating the games and things, I don't know. I just don't think things will change. Even doesn't matter. We've got to win the games because we're playing 11 players, VAR and the officials, and we can go on and on and on about it, and on and on and on about it, and that's not going to change. Because as long as you've got that mob, SFA, that's not going to change it. So we've got to go out there and win the games fair and square, and that's scoring goals.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll change. Because if that, your SFA is not going to change. So I know that's a kind of permanent moan with everybody, but it's ridiculous where it's going. And what you were all saying about the refereeing and different things and different way the decisions went, you were spot on. But that's it. We can't change that. We've just got to get up there and, as Sue says, we've got to get a stronger team on the park and win the games. We're still worrying about decisions, because if it comes down to decisions, guys, we're on the plums.
Aye. Cheers, Davy. Cheers. Listen, David, I know we're getting near the end of the show, but just want to thank you for coming on the show a lot, mate, as a regular caller. And I think you're always treated with dignity and respect when you come on. I don't know. He's no answer. You might have checked.
No. Somebody was rattling something. Don't think it was you. Better not say it was.
Right, we'll move on for that. GB, listen, there's going to have to be a big turnover of players, yeah.
Hawks, but it's whether we can get them out. I mean, was it that Scott Wright as well? He's got about another year still left to go. I mean, if he couldn't find a club last season, then the chances of him going out and finding the same money at another club this season coming is null and void. Do you mean? So it's going to be hard. I really do hope that a lot of them do take the kind of bait and just go and see the bigger picture and see.
Jock, can you put your phone on mute when you're not talking, mate?
Aye. Sorry, beg your pardon.
Aye, Ox. No, I'm just saying that like you've always said, when they're on the contracts and on that money, it's hard to get them out the door. But I'm hoping that a lot of them see it, that the cycle has ended and it's time for them to move on, and hopefully they can just go and find a club that they'll be happy at, and let us build a team that's going to be exciting to watch, challenging, and hopefully bringing trophies back to Ibrox. Because I want to see the young boys. I mean, some of the signings that come once like already go with Diamande and Cortez and that, they look good, and the ones that we've been linked with, they look decent and can pass a ball at least. You know what I mean? But I want us to hopefully build in a bit of experience in amongst there that will make us a bit more solid in that midfield, because that's been glaring. And plus, like Jock was saying there about the goals, and David was saying about the goals, we need to get somebody that's clinical up front, and hopefully it all just comes together, Rocks. But it's all big ifs, isn't it? I mean, what I say is it's right. Between getting folk out the door and folk in the door. It's right. I think you said that earlier. You're looking at about 3 transfer windows, and I don't know. It's whether the support's going to have that patience. Next Old Firm is going to be massive, isn't it?
I think there'll be a big turnover this summer, mate. All I'm looking for, and you can see I'm getting it here, Linda, all I'm looking for is players that can stop the ball when there's nobody near them.
And we don't care what their hair looks like.
I don't.
Right, boys, I've got to check out now.
Don't say that. Don't say that joke.
Not that. I mean, may I say it's been an absolute pleasure. Finally get to speak to you all you. So, look, onwards and upwards. We look forward to the start of the season, and let's see what summer brings us.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for the call. Great to speak to you,
Thank
mate.
you. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Southside, brilliant. Linda, brilliant. Albert's brilliant. God bless. I'll see you soon. Beginning of the season, right?
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
What about us, mate?
Aye, come and join us. We're moving into the last half hour of the show. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Good.
It's going to be interesting, Oldware. It's going to be interesting.
It is, mate. It's just a couple of points. One about Balogun.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, we'll be joined by... on you go, Albert, you still with us? Bob Chair's joined this evening. Bob Chair.
Evening. How you doing, everybody? I bet you're feeling all the same emotions as me. Despondency, hurt, disappointment.
Oh, we're finished with all that, Bob
Ah,
Chair.
no, we're finished with that. We're going to look to the future. We're going to look to the future. I hear you talking there about new signings.
12 players in.
What the man's got to do. Well, the thing is, the man's going to have to do it right. It's as simple as that.
Cheers,
He
mate. I'll come back to you, Bob Chair. I think Albert's back.
Aye, okay, pal.
I'll come right back to you. Right. Albert, we lost you. You back with us?
You hear me?
Aye, we can carry on, mate. You had a couple of
just
points.
The Balogun. Aye. The Balogun one. The Balogun's there to save his money, mate. It's as simple as that. I mean, Southside said we're wanting 12 players in, which is probably right. We do want about 12 players in, but we've got to stage this. We can't go out and just buy 12 players and backups. You know what I mean? Because he's there as a backup. That's what he's there for. He's saving his money if he's replacing a backup. You know what I mean? Okay, we'll replace him maybe next year, but not this year. So he's one of the few I say he gets there. The other one's a leadership group. That leadership group doesn't exist. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. It's never existed anyway. For me, if you're going to have a leadership group, the leadership group should be doing it on the park, mate. No sitting around having coffee at Auchenhowie. They should be on the park and showing you're a leader on the park. And I mean, like, as I say to Southside today, when the Ross County game, we're doing 3-2, you get into the last 10 minutes of the game, the leadership group grabs a hold of the rest of the players, grabs the team, and we go and win that game with just sheer determination and leadership. That's a leadership group. In any game like that, just will to win. But no sitting around having coffee and I'm a senior player, I've been here a long time, so I'm one of the leaders. No, you're no. You can be 20 years of age and be a leader. You can be 18 and be a leader. As long as you can own the part. So the next group of players coming in, let's see them for 3 months and let's pick our own leaders out of that. You'll see if there's leaders in there. I think Diamondi's a leader, for example. He'll do it on the part for you. Big Sterling's a leader. He'll do it on the part for you. That's the kind of players we're looking for. None of us say, look, Lundstrom, he's just a talker. He's just a mouth, mate. So is Tav and so is Gilson. Just mouths, mate. That's why they're in that leader. They get the biggest voice. They'll shout the loudest. I'm here the longest. I don't give a damn about how long you're here. If you're not a leader, you're not a leader. None of these three are leaders, mate. Golson's on his mate's podcast telling you centre forwards he doesn't want to play against. I don't like big centre forwards. He's telling you're never a leader in your life. Telling you a cup final at half time or a cup semi final. So you know what to do. This game's done. We knew this game was done. I mean, that's just not a leader. Having here telling you, we don't like teams to run at us. Not a leader, mate. You don't talk like that. It's absolute garbage. And you run about like a clown like Lundstrom done at Parkhead there. No leader, mate. No, they're just simply no leaders. So a leader is on the park. That's if you want to see a leader, you'll see him on the park. You'll no need to be told who's in the leader group. You'll see them on the park. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, you feel better for that again?
I did, mate. I did.
All right, thank you. Right, Bob Gerrard, you come, mate. Get it off your chest.
You're absolutely 100% right, Albert. I'm not going to hang back to the past. We knew all the great leaders we had in the past. We need to get back to that level of leadership again. I wholly agree with you. This is why the man's got to get the signings right this year. So we'll just have to see what the close season brings. This word rebuild looms again, and we can't afford that many more times. Certainly no after this season. We cannot let the things happen this season, next season that will happen this season. The injury crisis, that cost us big time. We should have been going for a treble on Saturday. It never happened, fair enough, that's history. So yeah, I absolutely agree with you all, Bear. Leadership, big leadership is what Rangers require. And let's hopefully it can emerge next year and get us back in among the honours again.
Absolutely.
One then GB, then AK.
Yeah, and the thing about the leadership group as well, we seem to have been over-reliant on them as well, Ox, isn't it? You know, there was times where Golson eventually he did drop him, albeit he then got injured.
Tav's not kicked the ball since about February, March time. Yeah, he's been very poor.
Yeah, and in normal circumstances, that would mean that you lose your place in the team. And we've got to get better at that as well. Certain players can't just be guaranteed starting berths. And let's face it, Ox, yes, for example, it might have been, you might have thought, right, well, we'll put Sterling in at right back. But he never even took a chance on that, you know. So, and it's also somebody like John Lundstrom. He continuously played Lundstrom. It's baffling how young Raskin didn't get back into the team as well. I know he was injured, but he was injury free for a while. He was on the bench week in, week out, and he didn't even put him on. So I hope that he maybe moves away from that sort of approach as well, Ox, where he doesn't become over-reliant on some players and we still see people playing when they're well off for him.
GB, then AK.
Aye, Linda makes a good point there. I was talking earlier about Balogun with getting kind of promoted into the leadership team. It's more so that for these new guys coming in, to kind of let them settle, let them know about the tune, the club, etc., and that with the experience. Maybe not so much on the park, because you expect Clement's done his homework with the players before he signed them to know that they can come on and do a job on the park. But no, that's where I think a lot of us fans kind of question Clement at times when we've seen the likes of Lundstrom get on the park, and he has said before about like nobody will get on that pitch if they're not showing it in training and stuff like that. Maybe it's been forced on him because this is the injuries and stuff like that, and that's what we're hoping for next season. Hopefully Clement again is able to implement all the stuff that he's been saying, and there's no excuses left for any of the players after that.
That's what Gerrard done, wasn't it? We took away our excuses. But AK.
It's pretty much in the same hymn sheet as everybody that's speaking there, but actions speak louder than words for me. It's winners that we need out in that park, and leadership comes for winning trophies. That's when you're fighting with your pal, who you know you can rely on, who you can dig out if they're having a tough time. That's where the team bonding comes up, and we've not had that for a long time. We come unstuck in the big games far too often for our liking. Who wants it more out in that park? We've not wanted it often enough. So he's got a lot to do in the pre-season. But as I say, I'm fully behind Clement. He's got a past record winning trophies in Belgium, big clubs there, and I fully believe that he can get us back in the winning trail. I think it was Real that said he needs his own team out in the park. We can't judge him with players for other managers. That's unfair, I think, to do that. So I think we've got to back him, trust him, and hopefully gets the winning recipe out in the park to deliver trophies.
Southside.
Leadership group, man, I just don't get it. You should have 11 players out there that want to go out and win every single week, so they should all be acting like leaders. That's the mentality, that they should all be able to go and fight for each other. Unfortunately for our manager, he's got players that he never bought. The only player really that's probably trying a leg for him or will respect him more than any other player out there will be Diamondi, because he signed him. So once he signs his own players who he believes he trusts, and you hope that they'll come in and they'll start performing for him, and they'll run that extra wee bit for him, and they will come in, hopefully with better professionals, say, than what we've got in the club at the moment, going forward. They will be leaders, they'll want to win, they'll have that mentality, and they'll want to do well for the manager. They'll believe in the manager, they'll believe in the tactics, whatever he sets out next year. And that's when I think you'll see a reaction for the players that he brings in. They will do more for him than what these set of players that he's inherited will do for him. And that's the way I see it. I think he's going to be a good manager. I think he'll have a good system. I think we'll just play with stronger and fitter players that he believes in. And that's how I think you'll get better. And I think that's what you'll get a response out. The new players that's coming in know so much all these players. And 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 maybe have to be kept because we can't move them. And that might be the thing, but it doesn't mean to say he has to play them.
No, it doesn't have to play them, mate.
You know?
It doesn't have to play them, no. Aye. Some people have to move on maybe for the careers. Young McCrory, Leon King maybe as well. Again, they're into the Scottish players as well. Southside, that becomes a factor, doesn't it?
Aye, listen, Leon, I heard an interview, he's learning and all that, but to be honest, he sat for 2 years and he's hardly kicked a ball at Glasgow Rangers. If there's a way Clement sees him going forward, fits him in the team, if people have seen him in right back, or I don't even know if he's even going to get in a holding role. He plays under 21s for Scotland in the midfield, and he's played right back, but I don't know if he'll go forward. And he's the same as a few of the young boys. So it's up to Clement. We've got young boys there and all that play midfield, and we don't even know if they'll go forward with him. But we need to get a core of Scottish boys, at some point in our team. We couldn't even go the full list of Europe last season. I think we're meant to put 25 in our squad, and we could only name 23. So that shows you where we're at.
Aye. Interesting. It's recruitment. It seems to be a buzzword that's going through tonight. Get it right. You're not going to get everyone right, Bob Gerald. You're not.
No, that's just pure impossibility. That's to get everyone right. I mean, every club's got that problem. But what I've been hearing in recent weeks, I'll put it, that there seems to be an element of acceptance of defeat at Glasgow Rangers, and that can't happen, people. That cannot happen. Does Clement realise the magnitude of the club? I don't think he did realise the magnitude of the club when he took the job on. He certainly realises it now. And he really, like we keep saying, flogging the snow. I was going to say flogging a deed horse, I hope not. He's really got to get this right in the close season for it to go next year, and we need to be up there trying our butts off to bring back the silverware Rangers. Simple. This has went on too long, and it can't go on any further. I think that's basically the size of it.
Cheers, mate. We've been joined by our Jim. Evening, Jim.
How you doing, lads and ladies?
Good to hear
my fear here is we come on, by the way, that he thinks, I just hope he hopes he's not going to get away with flooding this with foreigners. I think we need a nucleus of British-based players and some foreigners. Because I think going down the road, and he's going to get away with bringing in guys from abroad. I think he should be better be careful.
It's getting the blend right under.
Yeah, definitely, Jim. I would have a bit of a fear about that as well if it was all foreign players. We've talked a wee bit as well, Jim, about maybe trying to look at across even the Scottish League and the players that are playing well in this league. They don't necessarily need to be Scottish as such, but maybe a mixture. But let's hope, Jim, he's looking at different leagues, including in Britain. But I think Ox is right. We definitely need a balance, Jim. I would agree with that.
100%.
How are you, Jim?
After the weekend, they're gutted because I think we've been turned down this season by a poor Celtic team. Nobody to blame but ourselves.
I couldn't agree, man, mate. We've shot ourselves in the foot. We've not the rub of the green nearer, if we're honest, mate. And we've had some interesting decisions, isn't there?
Four Celtic games this season have hinged on VAR decisions. The four games, well, maybe 5 now, have hinged on a VAR decision.
I don't know what it done. It was maybe the last one, wasn't it? The last one at their place, wasn't it? That was pretty straightforward, wasn't it? But the other ones...
Well, did they not get a penalty in that game?
Aye, but I mean, it never influenced the game. It was 2-0 at the time, wasn't it?
It was dodgy.
It was never a penalty, mate. Never a penalty. But the other games, there's been goals chopped off for both teams or just for one team?
Yeah, well, I think we know the answer to that one, didn't we?
Again, how are you feeling about the manager? How are you feeling about the manager, Jim?
I'm the Southside. I'm reserving my judgment on him till he gets his own players in. But I'm not happy with the way he's dealt with this situation regarding these officials. The first time we went after Colin, he came out and said that the view of the club wasn't his view, and he came away with a comment saying he would walk away if he felt we were getting cheated. Well, I'll tell you what, if he's not got his eyes open now, then I don't know his comment about walking away, because we're all seeing it. If he can't see it, then he's got a problem. And he pushed it Cantwell away there at the weekend there. Cantwell was well within his rights, by the way, to have a go at that bloomer, whatever his name is, that David Room, who was a linesman on that north stand side. I've never seen anything like that in my life, by the way, with a linesman encroaching onto a park, and he's pulling out all sorts of curls out of his pocket.
I forgot.
Cantwell was right to have a go.
Aye. Southside, then Albert.
I thought VAR would probably help in the long run with decisions, and a few of them, well, just about all of them, have been contentious at times, you know. But Jim, we've got to get better anyway. We've got to change our squad. We've got to get new mentality for the club.
Big time.
I think the manager at times, before maybe pick a wee hole, and maybe what he said is, I agree with what you're saying, and also fact maybe sometimes in team selection, but let's not be kidded. He's the jigsaw since the minute he walked in that door. He said it just about every week. And he got a tune at them to a point, and I think they just they had nothing left in the tank at times, and I think some of them probably just went back to old habits. And he knows now, because he's watched them, probably still had to pick some of them because he just didn't have much personnel to change, because we're still in a fight for a league title and we were in a Scottish Cup final. So it would have been hard to put more in it. But players, I'll tell you now, see somebody like Tom Lawrence, he's another one, we'll not even mention him tonight. I would be looking to get rid of him and all. You know, we've got to get freshness, we've got to get better if we can, and we've got to get money that we can put towards certain players if he sees certain positions. So I'm willing to give him the time, and I hope he brings in. But I agree, we can't get down the foreign route 100% here. We've got to get people that will go and fight on a Tuesday night, a Wednesday night at Aberdeen, Pittodrie and that, and even on Saturdays, as Big Stevie says, against the Farmers' Sons, like St Johnstone. But it's once we get a team, Jim, and the players will play for him. All these players will not play for him. No, you've maybe seen patches and that, but their heart's not all been in it. So hopefully the new players that come in will run that extra bit for the manager. And once we start winning games, mate, it'll breed the confidence, and then hopefully we'll see success for it.
I just hope the funds are there. I'm hearing stories from different places about the funds within the club, and that's the alarming thing for me. He's going to need to sell, I would say, 2 or 3 of them. Maybe one, by the way. I think we're going to be in for a shock at the players that's actually going to leave this club. I think we're in for a wee shock. But I think there'll be a few gone who we didn't even think were possibly gone.
Example, you talking about somebody like Cantwell?
I'm not saying anything here. I think we could be in for a wee shock for who's going to leave the club.
Interesting. It's going to be interesting. Definitely going to be an interesting summer. Albert.
That is, mate. Definitely going to be interesting. Just to pick up a thing that Jim said, I forgot about it, but it just reminded me there about that linesman running on that part, and he's running on the part pulling out a red card. Has anybody ever seen anything like that in their life?
That's what I was saying.
I've never seen that before. Has anybody else ever seen anything like that? A linesman running on a part pulling a red card out of his pocket? There's something no right in this game, mate. The club's going to say something about this. It can't go on like this. This is shocking. Stirling and Diamondi were most influenced players. They try to get Diamondi sent off for nothing, and they booked Stirling for nothing. Two of the best players, 2 players that are influencing the game, but could they actually really influence the game? Next thing, they're trying to get them sent off. It's not them, it's the officials that try to send them off.
Can I say something on it? And the guy we've been having a pop all season, Michael Stewart, to what I'm led to believe, on that coverage of the game, the one at Sterling was booked an absolute disgrace. Even he said he could not believe that the referee had cautioned Sterling for that tackle. Absolutely shocking.
It wasn't even a foul, Jim.
I know. He won the ball.
Yeah. Anyway, well, listen, Jim. It's always great to have you on. We're moving into the last 10 minutes of the season, mate. Great to have you.
No, listen, I'm going to bow out here, and I can only thank you guys for the product you've been producing all season. Absolute fantastic. Southside, Big Gio was asking for you, mate.
Oh, was he?
Aye. Yeah, Barry, that's us in another final, Barry, with Rangers football fans of training. That's us in the cup final with the Copper Dale Way. That's what it's called.
All right, sponsored by Go Bathrooms.
No.
Where's that getting played, Jim?
The league's no.
Where's that getting played?
We've not been told yet. But by the way, Big Gio will keep you informed, mate. So that's for the fit team.
You never know who's going to turn up.
Yeah, well, by the way, Stevie, I'll tell Big George to keep you in tow, big man. He can maybe get a wee reception crew going. But that's how it's gone for the double.
Well done, mate. And by the way,
listen, thanks very much, Linda. Fantastic hearing to you. And you guys, fantastic. I'll be back on next season, hopefully. Hey, well, okay. Take care and have a nice summer.
Cheers,
at the end of the day, no surrender, lads.
Yeah.
Cheers, Jim.
Cheers, Jim.
Cheers, mate.
Davey,
last word for yourself, mate.
It's been great hearing you. Just wish you all the best and stay safe when things start to happen again. It's been a pleasure as always. Good night, guys.
Yeah. Cheers, Davey boy. Bob Jar, one of Rangers radio legends, Bob Jar.
Well, I'd just like to thank you all for this season. I nearly said it's been great. It's not been great on the part, but we're Rangers. We'll be back bigger and stronger next year. I'm confident of that. Get it right, Mr. Clement. Thanks, Sox. I'll see you in the new season. Good luck, mate. Everybody. Enjoy your summer and all the best to you. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. And we've been joined by Robert, who sneaked in. All right, Robert?
Evening, Ox. Evening, panel.
I hope you've got a note for your ma.
Hey, Robert.
I know, I've been decanted at the house. My bathroom's getting done, so I'm doing it at a caravan park, so that's the Wednesday's the way to bed, so I thought I'd catch them.
Southside, we know just the people to help him out with his bathroom getting done, baby.
I'll be sure they.
I thought I'd come on at the end, Docs, just to thank you guys. Obviously, my first season on as a panel member. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. It's been a long season. That long that the young team might not even be the young team next season when we start. Again, thanks to you guys. Personally, thanks for the support you gave me for the sleep out back in November. That was greatly appreciated. So just wanted to come on and say my thanks to all the ones involved in the show, the guys in the background, the panellists, and obviously the listeners and the callers that we get every week.
Yeah, well, don't. GB.
That's all right, Robert. I've got a 2-year contract. I'm going to do a Scott right and sit on it. No, it's been good this season.
We'll know that Rangers will send Go Bathrooms right here. All right, Southside.
I was thinking Big Stevie would be more going round to see him if he was getting a 2-year deal.
No, it's been good. This is the development of the show again this season, and it's been hard at times coming on doing the shows and obviously try to be positive at times. But the good times will come again. Young teams developing. The Wednesday night gang as well. Hopefully next season there's a few other wee shows that develop.
I don't want that dog getting smashed up next season, mate. Oh, smashed up.
Oh well, but no, it's been good, Ox, and let's us on to next season, and hopefully we see some more entertainment football and hopefully some more trophies, bud.
Right. Last word for your good self, Albert, who's been one of the stalwarts, the match day shows, which can be the most emotional, Albert.
To say the least, mate. Aye, it was good. It was good, mate. It's just a wee message out there to all the Rangers haters out there. We'll be back. Make no mistake about it. We're not going nowhere. We'll be back.
Well said, mate. Well said. Linda, then AK.
Enjoyed the show tonight. Oh, it was good to speak to everybody. Yes, it's been a roller coaster of a season. You summed it up beautifully earlier on. So everybody have a great summer and see you in the new season. Speak to you in the new season.
Cheers, Linda, the Queen of Rangers Radio. AK, that doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean.
Oh dear! Thanks for that introduction. No, I've enjoyed the tonight with all the panellists, the callers. Enjoyed the season to an extent. Enjoyed being part of the Best Rangers platform and social media. Everybody enjoy your summer, and hopefully we come back refreshed and have a go at it again next season.
Young Robert.
Echo what everybody else has said, Ox. Looking forward to the new season already. Been a tough season this season, but we've made it. We're still here, and we'll be here again next year, or next season rather. Come on, the Rangers.
Yeah. My mucker, Southside.
Aye, first and foremost, Ox would like to. It's been a pleasure to do a show with everybody that's on the it's everybody that's on the panel tonight, and obviously my big China, Big Stevie, who's not made it. It's a pleasure to be on with everybody, you know, and we do it for the love of the club. We do it because we're passionate, and the first thing is we do it for nothing. No, we're a free show. We promote Rangers, and we hope we'll get maybe more callers going forward next season when we start back, because it's a good platform to come on and air your views. Sometimes we don't always agree, sometimes we do, but that's what it's about.
I wish we could play some of the telephone conversations live.
Aye, listen, there's a lot we want to say that we can't say now by restrictions, and we try to keep it a family show. But I'd like to thank you and Ox, and Fox and Terry, but I'd like to thank you, mate, because you're on here all the time, you do the shows, you've done it for a long time, and like you and Albert doing the shows, pre-shows and that, and after shows, they're hard ones to do when the result doesn't go your way. So I'd like to thank you, mate, and all for the things that you've done for the show throughout the season.
No, it's all right.
But apart from that, I'd like to thank everybody else, the Rangers. Hopefully next season we'll be back, and we'll get the trophies back in the cabinet, and hopefully we'll get the right team in place, mate. It's been a hard season. It's been tough watching Rangers at times, but at the end of the day, that's what we all do. We fall. So hopefully we'll be fall next season. We'll get back to trying to find the tickets as normal and get to the games. But the most important thing is that Rangers win, and that's what matters to every single person out there in the world, mate, that support the famous Glasgow Rangers. So thanks very much, mate, for having us on throughout the season.
No, absolute pleasure, absolute pleasure having everybody on. To all the panellists, thanks very much for all the work. It takes a lot of work to put shows together. A special shout out to Fox and Old School Blue, who thought without they two, there's no show, and we doff our hats to the gentlemen who turn up every night, punctually, to get the shows out in time, and we salute them. Thanks to all our listeners. Thanks to our team. All right, they let us down at the end, but it's still our team. And remember, we are the people. And Rangers Radio will be back. If any major stories breaks, then we'll have special shows as always. We'll have a break, and then we'll announce when we're coming back to build up to a new season, 24-25. Thanks for all your kind words. Thanks for all your listening. Thanks for all your donations when we do anything for charity. We really do appreciate it. Remember, we are the people. Take it away, Old School Blue and Fox.